Hello and welcome to this week's Step into Freedom podcast, where it's all about helping you create the results you want in your life and business through intentional thinking. I'm Cledra, your host, speaker, author, and master life coach. So this week, I want to talk about processing negative emotions. And I was thinking about you this week with all that's going on at the time of this video. The entire world is trying to manage a pandemic, the coronavirus. And I read something the other day that said everyone's worried, everyone's afraid. And it got me thinking, how often we adopt the perspectives of other people. And so while most people are resisting their emotions of worry and doubt and fear and anger and sadness, I want to teach you how to actually process your emotions. Because when we try to resist our negative emotions, the way that shows up is you may be trying to just think positive, and suppressing the truth of how you're feeling will only last temporarily. And the way that you know that you are resisting your emotions is that you may have a strong desire to escape into food, alcohol, shopping, or just sleeping, or indulging in a lot of news. Those are things that we do when we resist our emotion. And so the skill of actually processing negative emotions is what I teach my clients to do, to actually allow. And so the way that you allow an emotion is you, first of all, develop the habit of what I call cleaning your mind. We're surrounded by messages of how to clean our hands at the time of this video. Like I said, it's all about the coronavirus. And every time you turn on the news, it's about cleaning your hands. But I want to talk about cleaning your mind. Because in the absence of not cleaning our mind, we also start to get a mental type of a virus where we start to get in this mode of hurry, hurry, hurry. And it's a hustle type of mindset. Hustling mentally makes us feel overwhelmed, makes us feel like we're just that hamster on a wheel. And so, how do you specifically process negative emotions instead of acting like they're not there and resisting them or escaping them with food and alcohol and shopping or sleeping or watching Netflix all day? The way you process emotions, step one, is to do what I call a thought download. Basically, take out a sheet of paper and just put your thoughts on paper. And don't judge yourself. Set a timer for 10 to 30 minutes and just write. Don't even let the pen come up off the paper. Write, don't censor, don't edit. Just write and rant your truth on paper. Those are your thoughts. That's how we begin to clean the mind and to begin processing the negative emotions. The second step is to then take another sheet of paper, look at all that you have emptied on the first sheet of paper, and write just the facts. The facts. So, how do you separate a fact from a thought? A fact doesn't have any adjectives. So, let me give you an example. A thought could be everyone's dying, everyone's getting the virus. Okay, so I'm scared that everyone's getting the virus. A actual fact would be 20,000 people have the virus. That's a neutral fact. So our thoughts and the facts, it's so important to separate the two, because then you can see how we do what I call worry stacking. We have one issue that we're worried about. It could be the coronavirus. The second issue is the stores are out of toilet paper. The third worry could be, I wonder who in my family is going to get it. I hope they don't get it. The fourth could be, I have an uncle with asthma, and they're saying that people who have underlying conditions are more susceptible. And so we stack these worries on top of each other. And then we become, like I said, in this state of just hustling emotionally. And it makes us feel really exhausted and tired. And it can make us crave a lot of sugar. So, step one, empty everything that's going on in your mind. All of the sentences, thoughts are just sentences in our mind, and they need somewhere to go. So put them on paper. Then separate those sentences and create on another sheet of paper your facts. And by separating your thoughts from the actual fact, you'll be able to step back and look at, okay, what is my brain offering me that's creating this story that's causing a lot of anxiety and worry? You're able to look at it in a more objective way. So let's take the worry of someone in my family may get the virus. That's a worry. So you look at that, and the fact is they could. They absolutely could. And so this brings me to the third step. What can you do about it? Absolutely nothing. All we can do is take the precautionary measures. And so the third step is to then divide your thoughts into things I have no control over, things I can impact and control, and separate those two. And once you separate the two, I want you to circle everything that you don't have any control over. Circle it, circle it. And those will be the things that you give to God. You let them go. You let them go in prayer. And then everything that's left is going to be what you create a game plan for. So let me recap. Processing negative emotions. That's what we're talking about. So when you're feeling anxious and worried and fearful and maybe weepy and sad, I want you to recognize that as a time to take a timeout. Put yourself in timeout. Grab 3 sheets of paper. The first sheet of paper, I want you to just listen, check in with yourself, and put all of your thoughts on paper. Then I want you to list the facts about your thoughts. Separate the adjectives that you have and just list the facts. And then on the third sheet, I want you to then write all of the things that you don't control. You can't do anything about it. And write everything that you do control. Separate those two. I like to circle the things I can't control because then I'm like, Lord, I give you everything that's in this circle. And what's left is what you will then choose to think, to be intentional about what you want to think about what you do control. And this process of going through your allowing yourself to process negative emotions will then allow you to decide on purpose what you're going to do next. When we take actions from the place of anxiousness and worry and fear and doubt. And, if we're not careful, we could just stay in the bed and eat all day or sleep all day because we're trying to escape something that we're not allowing ourselves to process. So that's what I have for you this week. Listen, currently in the Freedom Academy, we are going deeper into there's a better way to create results in your life. The entire month of April is all about helping you create the results in your life without the hustle. This is such a beautiful time to take an inventory of how you're doing life. And if you're creating results from a place of overwhelm and it's leaving you exhausted, then I invite you to know that there is a better way. You can stop the hustling. You can learn to process negative emotions. You don't have to stay in this positive state all of the time or this state of just, oh, this is too much for me. I just can't deal with it. There is a middle ground, and that's cultivating the skill of processing negative emotions so that you can then create the results you want in life and business and enjoy it in the process. All right, so that's what I have for you. I cannot wait to see you a week from now. I'd love to know the feedback from this, how you're going to process your emotions for the week instead of resisting them or escaping them with food and alcohol or sleeping and movies. Let me know. All right, enjoy the rest of this new day, and I'll see you soon.